Morning. I'm just about to go out for my first ever session around Spa. Conveniently, it is half wet and half dry, so that's a bonus. Right, but I do actually need to get my helmet on because it's seeming a little bit busy this morning, so I'll tell you what it's like after I've done a few laps. Now we can do the proper introductions. Welcome along to Obsession Engineering. As you may have noticed, I'm at Spa. A few weeks ago, Rich Wilson of Kibosh fame just sent me a message going, do I want to do a 6-hour endurance race at Spa? And the answer is always yes. These things sometimes you should not question, you just say yes. And so here we are. Today is the first of the test days before the event. I'm doing one day, Rich is doing the other day, and we're going to have a jolly good time. Actually having a wet first session was actually quite useful because I've done loads of laps on the onboards, but until you've actually ridden it properly, you don't know if you actually know where you're going. But luckily I knew where I was going, so I already working on a few markers and making sure I don't turn in too early and that sort of stuff, whilst also being fully aware that Eau Rouge is 4th gear, like 5th flat down the straight, hook it back to 4th, just turn it in, no brakes. Yeah, and I'm on wets and it's wet. That's still a cool corner. This is a cool track. This is a really cool track. It flows really well. It's fast. It's up and down hills. This is proper job. I can understand why this is one of the greats. So hopefully it'll dry out soon and then we can have a really good go in a bit. Right, done 2 sessions now. Well, actually, I've done 3 because I got the timings wrong. And I went out early and nobody stopped me at the pit lane, so I went out with the expert group, which was good because there's a few lads going a bit quicker and the circuit is drying lap after lap. And I came in, the lads went, oh, you're a session early. So I went straight back out and have another session. So that was mega fun. This place is fast. This place makes Brands Hatch look like a go-kart track. It's proper job this is. Like Eau Rouge is still slightly damp, so you come, basically there's a hairpin leading onto the start finish straight, you come out of there, 2nd gear, it's nice and wide, you get a good run and it's downhill towards Eau Rouge, so you're like bah, 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 straight up to 5th gear, and then I'm really rolling through Eau Rouge at the moment, but I cannot wait to be confident it's dry so I can nick some curb and really commit the front into it, and then yeah, it's going to be proper through there. And then even like the chicanes, other than the chicane at the end of the lap, which is really tight and really cambered, that's a bit awkward, it's 1st gear. Other than that, all the other like direction changes, they're not really chicanes, they're S's. They're quick. And it's just, everywhere flows. Yeah, the real fast stuff that should be 6th gear Blanchon. Down the end of the lap, I haven't had a clear run through there yet where I've fully committed to it and I'm still 145 on the clock. I mean, I know I should be looking where I'm going, but I'm looking at that. And I'm rabbiting on now because I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. This place is ace. So I am fussy with nutrition. You've got to eat the right stuff, you've got to drink the right stuff to keep your performance at a good level. So whether you're doing an endurance race here, or you're just riding around your motorbike normally, or you're just having a day out, you need to keep yourself hydrated and full of energy, don't you? We all know that. But I am fussy with energy drinks. I don't normally have a lot of caffeine, and that spike you get with the caffeine makes me jittery, and that's not good for you, and we all know they're full of chemicals. So I've been approached by the lovely people at Holy, and this stuff's different. So their energy drink mix, there's no sugar in it, the caffeine is naturally occurring, and it's got a load of minerals and vitamins in it. So if you order the starter pack, you get a load of sachets of the energy drink, the hydration drink, and some iced tea options. I'm not normally a tea drinker, but some of these, especially the acai and hibiscus one, taste really, really nice, and so I'm having them instead of like squash or cordial because it's got teas in it and it's got some vitamins and minerals in it, so it's actually quite good for you. Right, I'm going to make some up. So I've got my shaker. It is a little dirty because I've used it already today for some other holy. Right, lid off. Get your little sachet. I'm now going to make a hydration one up. So, get your sachet. Bang it in there. Bit of tap water. Get my lid back on. Give it a little bit of a shake. And this one's strawberry and kiwi, I think it is. So, there you go. It tastes awesome. Unlike a lot of normal energy drinks and stuff, this just tastes fruity. Tastes lovely. There is a tiny bit of sweetener in it, and we're talking a tiny little bit just to make it taste a bit nicer. There's vitamins and minerals in it. The flavours are all natural. That honestly is a really nice flavour. No sugar, load of vitamins and minerals in it, naturally occurring caffeine in the energy one. It's absolutely bang on. So if you would like to join me on the holy journey, if you basically want to drink something that's actually good for you, there is a link in the corner that will give you a discount code. You can join the holy squad. Trust me, this stuff's really good. Get on it and get some. It's good for you. And that is end of day one at Spa, and it's been mega. Sunshine, motorbikes, probably the best race circuit in the world. That has been absolutely mega. Because the test days are incredibly expensive, Richard is using my test day tomorrow, so we're sharing, so I get to put my feet up a little bit, do a bit of prep, but we will be back tomorrow because there is something going on in the evening. Alright, so sit rep at the end of the day. Bike is scrutineered, we are signed on, we are ready for tomorrow's endurance race. But I'm wearing bike kit because we're doing a parade into Spa Town. Now Spa Town is 12 kilometres away, so it's a reasonable ride. So I've put the wets in my bike, I've got a camera on it, and yeah, so the idea is that you're going to have 150 odd bikes riding into Spa and then parking up. So it's logistically actually a bit of a faff, making sure everybody's got cars going or something to take paddock stands and everybody's setting off, and yeah, it's a bit of a game this, but fairly shortly we will be setting off to Spa on road bikes, race bikes, on the road. It's odd, kind of looking forward to it. It's race day at Spa. I didn't sleep very well. I'm really quite excited about this. Excited and a little nervous because a 6-hour endurance with just 2 riders is going to be fairly hard work, but this place is epic. So the sun is coming up. It looks absolutely stunning. Eau Rouge is down there, and it's about an hour until the track opens for qualifying. I've just done a 25-minute running quali, and we start with an absolutely brim tank, did a 25-minute run, and now Andy is kitting up so he can brim it again, and that'll tell us exactly how much we're using now that I'm going a little bit quicker, because I got 2 laps in the 37s then, and the last lap was green, would have been faster again, except I went into neutral, not into first, into La Source, and had to run really deep to cut back, so probably cost getting on for a second. So yeah, Andy can do that. I'm going to cool down. I've been practical and label. I have a hydration one and a energy one mixed up, so I'm going to go hydration this time because I am quite thirsty. Bang on. Alright, stood in pit lane. There is 22 minutes before pit lane opens for the endurance. So I've been in less than an hour. I've put a fresh base layer on because I'm sweaty. I've put fresh socks on as well, and I've got a plaster on my big toe because at Brands Hatch I rubbed the skin off my toe, and that was in half the time. So we're looking all right. I'm starting because Richard's not fussed about starting, and so he's asked me if I can do it. So I'm going to start. Richard is faster. He's done basically 1 minute 30, and I'm like 7 seconds off at the moment. But yeah, so I'll do the first stint. Then he'll dig in, go fast, and then I'll put some laps in, and then he'll go fast, and I'll put some laps in, and we're going to have to do 5, maybe 6 stints each, because fuel consumption, we have to run a standard tank, and we're a little bit tight on getting the mileage we'd really like. So there's going to be lots of pit stops, nothing to be helped about that, but that means we get to have lots and lots of time riding around Spa, which is pretty awesome. Unfortunately, on the other side of our garage, our 3 mates are having a bit of a mare. Hank's having the least of a mare. His little CBR 600, it's like a race kit bike, one of the HRC bikes. They're struggling to get the quick shifter working, so the shifter and blipper aren't really doing their thing. Hank might have found something. There's lots of settings to change and stuff, so Hank's on with that. Unfortunately, Pete, that's gravel rash. So that's not gone very well. And so with, less than 20 minutes till pit lane opens, that is a pretty well crash damaged 765. So it's looking like Pete's day has gone particularly downhill fast. But there were 3 people in the team. Unfortunately, Cheats blew his bike up on the test day. So at the moment, they're down to 1 rider. Well, at least 1 bike. Yeah, they're having a mare. I'm pleased I'm not them.
Somebody's just come across, coming out of the left-hander, 4th gear, he's come across, he's come straight across. He's tried to get on the racing line that I was on. He's gone straight into the side of me, and his handlebars got tangled up on his seat unit. Put me off into the gravel.
Are you alright?
Yeah, just ruins your day, doesn't it? Ruins your weekend.
Teamwork in full flow here, Rich. So you're my teammate. You are the Kibosh man, the Kibosh king, we should call you today. And you're just having a bit of a play with Pete's bike. But how are you feeling? Because this morning we were both fairly nervous.
Yeah, terrified this morning. I don't know. I said to you it feels like senior race day, and you said it's not quite as bad as that. And I probably would go with that, but
maybe a super stock race at TT.
Yeah, I've had one little bread roll with some Nutella on, because other than that I feel like I'm going to throw up. And fortunately I've got a very enthusiastic teammate who's willing to do the start, because there's 70 riders and a hairpin, and look at all these bloody foreigners running into Pete. Bloody foreigners! Do you know what's wrong with Belgium? Full of foreigners.
But I've raced against the Irish boys at Scarborough. I'm not worried about a hairpin first corner.
No, I mean it's nice and wide here, isn't it? And you've just got more carnage to scatter. It'd be like Obsession confetti.
Kibosh confetti. It's a new line.
We have to make amends for Pete. Find out who it is. Pick him. Hone in on him. Target him. Get the crosshairs on.
Oosh. Right, well, it's taken a little bit of the stress out of the day for us, hasn't it? Because it gives you something to concentrate on. But we're ready, aren't we?
There's always someone having a worse day, and it ain't us so far.
Cool. Right, I better actually go and get my leathers back on, because I've now got 15 minutes before pit lane opens. Right, I'm on the grid at Spa for an endurance race. This is pretty cool. Right, we're 20th on the grid because Rich put in a really good lap time, so there's 51 teams behind me. And I'm not as fast as most of the boys at this end of the grid, but I have done hairpin starts at Scarborough before. This is a little bit different, but I don't mind getting my elbows out. It's the run across the track that's going to be interesting. So in fact, I'm just going to wander across here and show you how far it is. Look, that's my bike over there. So let's see how fast I can run across. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got to slow down, chuck a leg over, hit the start button, off to La Source, and then 28 minutes later I'll be getting an inboard for my pit stop, because I'm using fuel on the out lap, which was done entirely in 6th gear quarter throttle, and the warm-up lap, which needs to be a bit quicker to get some tyre temperature. So it's a different experience. Kind of like it. Shout out to the pit crew as well. We've got Johnny Switzerland, we call him that because his name's Jonathan and he's from Switzerland. Tom, who is a Kibosh regular. Brian and Pete, Brian? I don't know. Uncle Brian. Martin. Right, I'm terrible with names, so we'll add those in later. Yeah, we're looking all right here. Bike's ready, crew's ready. I'm not really ready, I need to go for a pee. 12 minutes until they run into start procedure. Right, stint 1 done at Spa. Bike's in one piece. Quite a few that aren't, if I'm honest. My practice start, like the warm-up lap start, which is the full Le Mans thing as well, bang on, absolutely on point. Race start, I forgot to turn the kill switch on when I'd parked the bike up. So I ran over, hit the start button, then turned the kill switch on, and by that point, an extra 20 people have passed you. And went diving into the first corner, I thought, if I go really tight inside line, you're a bit safer. And right in front of me, somebody went underneath somebody, skittle, chaos. Yeah, so it broke the pack up a little, which probably made it less busy through Eau Rouge. Then the safety car went out for 2 laps, but it comes in halfway through the lap because there's 2 safety cars in different places, and that was a bit. And then I have my moment, right, are my tyres up? It took me a few laps to get into it. I think I'll do 37s again, so same as I did in quality this morning. So it's all right, but yeah, half-hour stint. It's humid today. Yeah, it's hot. The other side of the garage, though, are having a bit of a mare. Pete is still trying to get his bike fixed. I mean, he's got 5.5 hours left if he wants to have a ride about, so it's not terrible. But with cheats out, Hank went out, started the race, came in the pits, thinking Pete might be finished, realised Pete wasn't, went back out, tyre temperature had gone down a little bit, got to the chicane at the end of Camel Straight, and took the front through the left and through his bike over the tyre wall. So 3 for 3. They're having a mare. So Richard's riding around. If I'm honest, I've completely lost track of when I'm back out. I think it'll be about 20 minutes, but time flies at this point. So I need to keep drinking and keep eating because, yeah, it's hard work. Stint 2 done, Andy is fueling up. What I've learned in that one is even at the speed I'm going, full tank of fuel versus empty tank of fuel, getting it stopped at the end of Camel Straight makes a difference. The later laps, you'd hit the same braking mark and go, oh, I could have braked later than that. I think that tyre's done, but it did do half the test day, all the qualifying in 2 stints now. So the 3 compound Dunlop is hard, so you don't get the outright grip out of it, but it keeps going, it spins a bit, it's kind of fun now. And yeah, first few laps I was thinking I was attacking a bit too much, and then second half of the session I just sort of chilled a little bit, and I think I actually went quicker as well. I think low 37. So it's going all right. I'm just trying to keep consistent. So happy days. Right, I've got 27 minutes till I'm back out again. Whew. The question is, where is Richard? And how close to the wall can he get? There he comes. Good line through Eau Rouge. Four sessions in, so I've done 2/3 of my riding, which means I've done 2 hours on the bike already. I mean, it feels like more, if I'm honest. I said to Rich on the crossover, I said, "Are you having fun?" And he went, "No, feel very tired." I'm feeling all right, actually. I mean, he's going faster than me, which wears you out more, but yeah. Been force feeding myself basically carbs and then more carbs and some carbs and keeping hydrated. And yeah, the last session I actually took my leathers off and did some yoga because my legs were beginning to ache a little bit, but that session felt all right then. So I think my pace is probably dropping a little bit, but I'm just trying to hit my markers now. So only about another hour and 8 minutes on the bike to go because we've extended the fuel stops a little bit. Yeah, no, we'll be all right. Right, so this is the exit of La Source, which is turn 1, and we've got our pit board out here. Johnny Switzerland is doing a great job of basically knowing when we're coming, telling us how long's left and what lap time we're doing. I'm also using the lap timer on the dash to know how long I've gone, so I've got a reasonable idea what's left. Johnny's shaking his head. I think we should have had Rich through by now, so I'm not sure what's going on. I best get myself back in the garage because I might need to go back out. This is less than ideal. He's not in pit lane, so hopefully Johnny just missed him. So we're just checking the live timing to see what's going on. He's definitely not come round. So Andy, his dad, and Johnny Switzerland have gone to see the like an official in pit lane to see what's going on. But there's no red flags or safety cars or anything, so I'm guessing it's nothing too serious. But obviously far from ideal. It's tough to do well in a race if one of your bikes isn't going round. So hopefully Mitch is all right. Yeah, wait and see. Woo! No front brakes there. Right, okay. Right, he's not in the mood for that. Right. We'll make a quick plan, but obviously we're not going to do brilliantly, but I might go out and do another session, yeah? I've now done 5 stints. To be fair, I asked Richard just before I went out, did he want to ride my bike and back to back the stints and try and get a result, and he just went, which is fair enough. He didn't have any brakes at the end of Camel Straight, which is 175 miles an hour. So I would imagine a little bit of poo came out.
I went out for fourth stint. That was like psychologically over halfway through. That was like, and then I was thinking the last session was going to be a short one anyway. So I was like, yeah, this is all right. Rubbed the brake at the bottom of Eau Rouge, up 4th, 5th, 6th, and then I was saying to Tom, if I get a duff run out of Eau Rouge, I'd brake at the 200 board, and if I got a decent run, it'd be just before the 200. And I went for the brake, it was nothing, straight back to the bar. So like, what was that? 13,000 revs in 6th. Wow.
75 miles an hour.
Yeah. I was like, so I didn't pump it, I just jammed my thumb as hard as I could into the thumb brake. I didn't even change down the gears, I don't think. And in the session before, a guy had deliberately missed the S's and he used a little like service road, and I was thinking, where's that? And then I was thinking, well, the old course goes straight on, but I know there's a concrete wall and a gate there. I'm going to try and go right, and then I had the brake on, and as soon as I touched the grass at maybe 130, just took the front and...
Isn't it strange how adrenaline works off? At 175 mile an hour with brake failure, you're still thinking, where's the service road?
Yeah, it's mad what goes through your head, but I think I'm not an adrenaline junkie by any means, but you're like, the buzz you get after you've got away with something is actually, it is pretty good, isn't it? And yeah, one of my 9 lives gone, I think, there, so yeah. Are you having fun?
I am getting quite tired now, but I am having fun. But I've decided I know we're not going to be officially finishers, but I'm going to go out for like the last 5 minutes and just literally see the checkered flag, so that mentally Kibosh Obsession have finished the race.
The product launch hasn't been that successful, has it? But you said off camera that you were going to do a big stand-up wheelie, a 12 o'clocker over the finish line. That's what you said. Is that right?
I can't wheelie for hell, so I'll probably flip it.
No, you said, Dave. You said when the camera's off, Dave's a very different person. He's on about 12 o'clock wheelie. He was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a can leg off the side, probably cross the line first, and we'll all applaud. That's the plan, isn't it? That's the product launch. Needs to be saved. Kibosh Obsession, Eau de Parfum. The launch needs to be saved by you doing a big stylish wheelie at the finish.
Right, I'm on for it. We've come up with another plan. We're watching the percentage, and at the moment we're 77% behind. So realistically, because the leaders are going faster than me as well, the chances of me being in the 75% are really slim. But, and this is a big but, the leaders are 4 laps in front. So if I go out for the last half hour, if something happened to the leaders, mechanical, ran out of fuel, little tip off somewhere, we'd be within the percentage of the next team along. And so we're going to give it 5 minutes, and then I'm going to go out and actually attempt to finish the race and be in with a really, really, really small percentage chance. So I've had some caffeine drink. I've eaten quite a lot of carbs. Yeah, I'm just going to go out there and hit my markers, and the rest is in the lap of the gods. Well, it's just gone 6 o'clock. I think it's fair to say I am done. Yeah, that was hard work. Kept trying to keep it smooth. I actually tried to go a little bit quicker in that session than I did the one before, because I thought it was easier to focus, and I felt okay. I was quite pleased to see the checkered flag, I will admit. But even last lap, I tried to get a decent run out of one of the corners, I can't remember the name, so that I could go through Blanchimont fast, knee down, 6th gear. And you just go, this place is really, really cool. So yeah, across the finish line, terrible wheelie. And then the cool down lap, I will admit, I might be tired and hungry. I got a little bit emotional, waving at the marshals. Felt a little bit like the end of a TT. All the marshals are waving. That's been a big day out, and I feel absolutely knackered. But it's Spa. This place is immense. Right, I think I might need to lie down. 75% is the cut-off for officially finishing the race. The leaders did how many laps, Andy?
The leaders did 140 laps.
What's
75% of that is 105.4. We did 106 laps.
Right, so we think we finished.
Provisionally.
Provisionally.
Well,
Excellent.
you finished.
Yeah.
Nobody else did.
So out of the 5 bikes we turned up with between the 2 teams, we might have got a finish.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
If not, we still had a whale of a time, bar the crash damage and the explosions and the hard work.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's take the positives where we can, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do it again next year.
Yeah, why not? And the official result is in. We scraped through, officially finishing the Spa 6-hour endurance. I'd like to say a massive thank you to the Kibosh team for inviting me along, and they've done a mega job of keeping us on track, mostly, and keeping spirits up and generally having a brilliant time. So thank you to all this lot. And the only thing that equals the sense of satisfaction at the end of that is the sense of utter exhaustion. So thank you for watching, and join us again next time for some more motorbike fun.